Whoosh! Top of the morning, laddies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Slayer was in My Hero Academia. And yeah, before this What If, I did the custom card review video. So go check it out. So the sorry if I was a little bit tired out. So now so let's begin. And some of you are like wondering what the heck's like Slayer. This is my own custom Slayer guy. He's basically like him, but for My Hero Academia world. But he's the big brother to Momo Irozu. So, yeah. Basically, he cares about her. Alright. He basically cares about her and the entire family. So I didn't find any pictures of like Homo's family. So I made them up, or I drew them up. So yeah, that's what I would picture their family portrait things. So yeah. And after they were born, of course, like Slayer and her were being like brother and sister. It was like, well, so when they got their quirks checked thing, well, at the age of 4, so the doctor told Momo that she has creation quirk. It's common. Hold on. Sorry about that. I had to blow my nose. So now let's continue. So yeah, the quirk doctor says it's common for like to have like creation quirk. But your brother, on the other hand, has the same abilities, but he's more or learns quick. But his power that's inside of his body is different from his quirk. As the Hurons are like, okay, what do you mean? He's his power is different from hmm, like from his quirk. Because we're of course they said that we're glad that he has a quirk. It's what do you mean by like he has a quirk and a power? As he says, well, it's not very common you see you a quirk that's or or having like quirk and a power that are two different things. But being in the same body, that's pretty rare. Like legendary. As he it's 0.1% chance ints ints. Yeah, so that's how rare it is. As they're like, ooh boy. Well, as he did like power testing, and when he did, he's he saw or no, what it or he read it, and yeah, basically he saw the word infinity as he lifts up his like little goggle things to see if then wiped his eyes as he looks at it as he's basically like yeah, okay. And one of the nurses says, "What's wrong?" That boy, that boy, he, though, I need your opinion on this. As the nurse reads it, as she sees it, yeah. As he went and told them what his power is. As they're like stoned. They couldn't even like be like Momo's little face expressions. She could they couldn't believe that their son's has like their or like his sister's quirk and has the infinity power. So they spend time with him. So they leave and then yeah. As when they got older, like everyone had to make sure that they stay cleared of him. Basically, they were scared of if even a little power could go all the way. So, yeah. As he joins UA with his little sister, yeah, and plus, when they were in like middle school thing, they, of course, or actually when they were just like kids, she always wanted was Slayer all to herself. And her parents and or actually knew Momo Hose's family thing. Yeah, or so they were like mostly hanging out, and but they told her to be careful with Momo's brother. As she says, okay, why? Well, he has a, let's say, the quirk. He has one quirk, but that's not important. But he has a power. However, as she says, wait, what do you mean by that? As, yeah, she said, or he says, or, or actually her father says, well, it's really, really low chances. When you do your math, it's super low. Oh, not high, but low. As, yeah. So now they joined, all three of them joined UA, and yeah, so he basically he broke a world record. Yeah. For being a top student. Of course. Of course. Momo's like, careful, brother. Don't overdo your powers. Huh. Oh, I won't. After all, that was not even like 0.1%. That was actually nothing. I used 0. Okay? As, yeah. Because they don't know how infinity power works for like having creation and the all that stuff. So he threw a ball, or I'm skipping the ball throw and the internship thing. No, the heroes versus villains. During the heroes versus villains, she was like talking to like her classmates as one of them, or he was like trying to go look, but he got stopped by a foot. As yeah, he basically kicked him all the way to right at the clouds. As there, he was gone in the blink of an eye. As yeah, as All Might turns around and sees like, or he did a head count, and where's that? Or he asked, "Where's that grapefruit guy?" Don't worry, he as he looks up, and like a portal opens up, as he fell right through, as he basically like threw it right at, or like opened the portal, and like he grapefruit went like smacked it right into a wall. Oh, okay. As yeah, he basically, that's how, as she says, "Brother, don't do that to." Okay, so yeah, then they got paired up, uh, as to be like the heroes against, let's say, he she he was playing as like a villains with, definitely not awful one, but let's say her with Dark Shadow, as yeah, as they're like, huh, as they, of course, he sits down, as he's like, or he was actually laying down. He's he's basically sleeping. As he says, or actually Momo says, "I don't know, brother. No need to start sleeping." Huh. That's okay. As he gets up before, because when he said start, or they said start, as he goes in, hmm? Yeah, so yeah, he basically used his power, or his quirk, to make a literal machine gun that shoots goo out. So, as he was against her, and then actually in she against Dark Shadow, yeah, it's crazy. As she's bolted to the wall, as he could see, because his with his power allows him to see into the what will happen. As he looks like you're in a gooey situation. As he smiles, as she smiles right back at him. As yeah, so he runs because he took care of her. Now he jumps in, and he literally did a like neck chop, or like mobilizing Dark Shadow, and so basically like Dark Shadow was knocked out. As the entire place, or actually, as how reckless they were, as he uses his power to teleport all of them, or rest of them, as he basically hits the bomb before to teleport it away. As he had the entire building dropped on his head. As, yeah, Momo was, or his sister and his, yeah, as they couldn't believe, as All Might and the pro heroes went and to like make sure that he's okay. As yeah, he basically came right out. Only thing that's really injured was a metal pole, which is in his shoulder blade. And like basically, or in his chest thing. As yeah, as he gets up, and or actually he was wearing that suit of armor, yeah, and it was right in like in his chest, and yeah, and straight in the middle, as yeah, as All Might's like, uh, okay, anything else hurts? As he made a comment, well, my pride hurts, or my pride got hurt, so I'm a little bit ticked off. So, yeah. Other than that, it's pretty good. As the pro heroes are like, dude, you have a flippin' metal rod in through your chest, and you're saying everything's okay? Sheesh. As he, well, this thing, let me pull it out. As he grabs a metal rod and pulls it right out. Uh, as he heals his own body by using his own, like, quirk or his power. So, yeah. As, yeah. So she says, that's my brother for you. He never has a, like, sadness in his life. As he comes right back, as he, as he gets to the recovery girl before, to just to make sure that there's no, like, internal damage. As, yeah, he basically, and his superhero outfit was this. Yes. So, yeah, Slayer wears that. As, yeah, so he went and checked on him to see how he's doing. So, yeah. Now, now the heroes versus villains. Or, no, USJ, sorry. As they show up, him, or actually, sorry, I'm thinking. So, he's like, that's just weird. As the Momo says, what's weird, brother? I've been having these, or it was before Ears J, like when they woke up thing, they win and yeah. So he tells them that the dream evolves around UA. Bunch of villains came out of nowhere. And they just wanted to kill us and the All Might. As they're like, okay. In your dream? Well, it probably would never happen, but how much are you betting? if it does happen. Well, how about $1? Or if it doesn't happen. Yeah, so they made bets as he asked his classmates. Yeah, he basically went or entered the USJ thing as he says, or actually Momo tells him, yes, you were right. It did happen. As, yeah, yes, I was right. As, as Shiraki-sen knew or looked at the, as he points to, or he says, kid, that's whenever or him here. As he walks, don't worry. As he comes up, yeah. So, how did you know that we were coming? My power told me that you guys were coming right on point. As he ready to do this, as he goes all out, basically injuring every villain because he was wearing his superhero outfit. And yeah, he basically chip chop, chip chip, chop chop, everything. Basically, yeah. So, and now it's after USJ, and I'm skipping the sports festival, but before their names was as he chose his own hero name as Divine and Warrior or Divine because of everything. So yeah, his sister likes that name of Divine because it suits his character or his personality thing real good. So as he goes right to, or he maddles in, of course, I'm skipping the internships and yeah, Kane Bart in All for One wants just him because his power. Sorry. So, yeah. And when All Might was knocked out, not killed, but just knocked out, Zuko, or no, not Zuko, the Slayer, or divine, or actually Slayer, was when warped everybody out, uh, and he went except for All for One and him, and he used his power. Imagine like Escanor's uses his finger and like throws a fireball thing. But imagine a fireball was that blue thing. So when he threw it, and it when it hit the planet, it destroyed All for One and the entire city. Because how ticked off he was. As everyone that saw it couldn't believe that. As they looked at and then looked at Momo and then looked at it like, yeah. So they have questions like for them. So yeah, but she has like she worries, but other than that, she's still like with that much power at his disposal, he could just eradicated all of us. But he did have a heart to hurt. So yeah. So she tells Momo that she's in love with him. So yeah, her loving Slayer is like, sheesh. As she says, wait, what do you mean? As it dawns on her, you have feelings for my brother? As she says, yeah, since after school, oh, or after like, since we were little kids, always had a heart for him. But, so, yeah. And so he refixed the planet after that explosion by using his hand, and he fixed the entire world by using his quirk. As, yeah, they couldn't believe that he fixed the entire planet with just one lonely quirk. As he brings everyone back. Yeah. So, he basically like giggles at himself. No. Oh, as, yeah. Because when All Might and Bunny Girl, or actually, Bunny Girl saw his power, and she, between her and her, were both, oh, wanted him. So, yeah, the pro hero, her, and a student, that's her, wants him. So, yeah. So I'm skipping the dodgeball and of course, during the overhaul thing, the as he basically he accessed the entire website, like everything, from just like sleeping with his powers. So yeah, here I'm itching my lower back as he could close one of his eyes is and like it immediately opens the door. So, and everybody was afraid of him. Like, yeah. But most of the girls from like the dodgeball thing, like them, wanted him for different reasons. As some of them are like jealous because they couldn't believe that Momo's brothers, as he says, don't worry, sister. The I know that I'm as powerful as one, but you're still my sister, no matter what. As yeah. So, and during the dodgeball thing, she used her voice to, or actually, not voice, but she basically uses her voice to try to think. But he's more of the he just like was like sleeping as he's so like relaxed that even like heck, Mr. Azawa and or like Miss Jokes like looking over and sees him just sleeping as he's just and Eraserhead says let him sleep, he deserves it because he you've seen how powerful he is. Yeah, but this is not the time for sleeping. So, yeah. He basically. So, he. Of course, she was like, brother! As he raises his foot and Link, he hits a building and the entire, like, everyone that was, like, throwing dodgeball things, yeah, was even on paused. So he gets up as he basically went full on Super Saiyan. As Miss Jokes sees him, like only one that moves around. As he took care of everyone. So yeah. And then all that stuff. And during the after dodgeball thing, she's straightening out her hair and all that stuff. So yeah. Now we need some okay. As yeah. He basically runs around, battles against Overhaul. Okay. So sorry for that long pause. So yeah. The or yeah. So Overhaul, or when I say everyone, I mean everyone. Like Overhaul, Toga, everyone that saw it was, or except for Toga, because she was grinning from ear to ear. So yeah. Then, like, yeah, so it's just so weird. So then, after the hero thing, she decides, or she actually, when when they went to, like, UA, they actually, she went and asked him out to go on a date. So he did, and, or actually, or his internship thing was, let's say, with someone that has more experience with fighting. So it was Bunny Girl. Yeah. So, and every villain that knew or even think about a certain person, they always think about Slayer. So yeah, because Slayer with that much power was basically was so scared. The crime rate went down to about 0. Like, basically, there was no crime. If there was crime, well, only person that would be answering to or would be him. So they're like, okay, okay, breathe. They are all holding their breaths. Yeah, so yeah. As or actually Bunny Girl and asked him out, and so did her. Like, basically, both of them went and asked him out as he itches the back of his ear, like he's thinking in his head of why. As Momo's like, who's like, really? Because they know that she's, or Momo knows that he's been asked out twice about, one about the pro hero, and the other was the student that they had as like little friends, or like when they were just kids. So yeah, it's just like or she thinks it's scary. Harry, that someone and like someone try to, or actually one day when Momo was trying to walk to school, she ends up getting captured by a villain. So yeah, he gets up, finds her stuff, like laying on the floor. As yeah, he's, when everyone can tell that if he's angry, things start going downhill. So, yeah, Endeavor that actually met him before, as, yeah. So, he says, as he goes, picks up her stuff, and puts it in his backpack because because her backpack was small. So, she basically could put it inside of his backpack. So then he flies around like a Saiyan. As he she gets tied in a chair, so she says, "What are you gonna do to me?" Well, you're just a bait for your brother to come, because he cares about you. And as yeah, he basically shows up and hits the, like, a villain, kicking and like, so yeah, he basically he did that, like, he's, as he says, or actually her sister says, "Thanks, brother." Huh. You're welcome. Now, as they like, it's too late. You'll be dead in 5 minutes. Huh. And a nuclear bomb that looks like could destroy the entire world. Or they leave, but he did one thing. He basically took care of the lake, or he put a tracker on them. So, yeah. So then, it was bullet, or no, it was blast proof, like, shield round. So, yeah. What are we gonna do? Brother? Well, there's one thing. I do know one. As he opens a portal up, as he went full on berserk. Like, he lifted the entire thing with one hand and, like, threw it into a portal. As he, like, closed it, and guess where that went to? Zombie planet. And it, because he has the powers of infinity and, like, the multiverse in one power. So, yeah. So, they're like, or actually, she asked, who put it? As he says, come on, it's, as it looks like it's made out of everything, or it's bulletproof, knife proof, but as he runs right into it, I mean, his body's super steel. Like, he basically, like, he ran so fast that even, like, he knocked it out, dented it. Like, basically, like that one scene from One Punch Man. So, yeah. And she's like, brother, you sometimes give me a heart attack of it. Yeah, come on. As he makes a tracker, or like the device thing, as he says, they're down this way. Hey. As he sees a limousine, like, pull, or actually a literal tank, like, drove away. As he says, as he, because his backpack is like average backpack, but he opens it up as he puts Momo inside, and he ran in as he basically grabbed the, like, side wheel things and flipped it right over his own head. So, yeah, he's basically the toughest one. As he clears the area, as it, like, lands right on, like, busts all the tires. Yeah. So now, peace out, y'all. And this is the extra feeling. So that's why it's so long. So, peace out, Cub Scouts.